Okay, so as mentioned by Terence and Jimmy, especially Jimmy, he did mention about semiconductor affecting EV. So what is the best thing I like about chart? Because chart can tell you whether are we in trouble or not. So I will quickly share my number one stock with you, which is BYD. Okay, this is BYD. Okay, so let's take a look of this stock from a very bigger view. When I do charting, I usually like to start from many years, because charting is we use the future to the past to predict the future. So it's good to know what happened to this stock in the past. So by looking at this, actually, I wanted to highlight this important point. Okay, so this is BYD for the past 15 years. Before EV, before any other people show interest, you can see the stock actually since 2009 till recently 2020, it actually moving sideways. As you can see, sideways, it just moves sideways, in a rectangle. Okay, why suddenly the stock gets so much attention? And as we all know, Warren Buffett actually invested quite heavily in this stock. So it break out this rectangle. See, you can see from here. No, that's why it shows you already the stock actually is very bullish. Why? Because Warren Buffett is inside. And chart is the best because it tells you the stock actually has made a very strong uptrend. Okay, so let's go back to. Okay, this is BYD weekly. So I will slowly uncompress, and bring it closer and closer to you when we wanted to do an analysis for this stock. Okay, so and this is the weekly chart. As you can see from the weekly chart, the stock actually show sign of weakness. Okay, so what do I mean? Okay, so you can see this part, which is weakness. See, this is the weakness of the stock. As mentioned by Jimmy, semiconductor shortages, right? So because semiconductor shortage affected the production, so that's why we see pressure. So chart never tells lies, it is very straightforward. It will tell you immediately. Okay, so let's take a closer look. What happened to the stock right now? So I further uncompressed the data and I wanted to show you this. Okay, so we move step by step. Okay, now we are here. As you can see, I have a few quite obvious formation for the stock. Okay, so and this is bullish, but this one is bearish. You see this part. This is what I call head and shoulder. Okay, so I can call it a head and shoulder, and I take an even closer look. Ascending triangle should be bullish, right? But it breaks down. So when an ascending triangle broke down, it will become it turn bearish. Okay, so the stock actually is bearish, and it just match nicely to Jimmy's statement earlier. Shortage of semiconductor affect EV. So this one, the factory get affected. So as you can see from the chart. So from here, what can we do now? Okay, the stock actually has come down quite a lot. Okay, from high until now is getting near to 200. So usually for me, I only use three moving average, 50, 150, and 200. So 200 is a warning sign, a warning sign to tell us actually the stock actually is getting closer to a bearish. But the stock, the trend is still up and uptrend still intact so far. It's just sending us some signal that the stock may move into a bearish territory very soon. Okay, so that is why when you see here at this point, the stock actually sees some support. Okay, 200 actually is quite a strong support, and the stock actually gets supported so far. Supported and consolidate, waiting for direction. Okay, so what is the direction? That means direction is waiting for the parts. If they get enough parts and if the production is back to normal again, I'm sure BYD will get supported. If let's say the situation turn worse, if let's say they can't get their parts in time, it may affect the production, and I'm very sure it will definitely breach 200. So my advice to you is don't do anything. If you haven't buy anything, just don't do anything. So, and my advice for you, if let's say it break down 200, it will turn ugly. Okay, there is a possibility the stock actually will turn into a downtrend stock. But so far yet, we are still waiting for direction because its trend is still up. Okay, so this is for BYD. So the stock now is holding well above 200, uptrend, the trend is intact, waiting for direction. And the uncertainty here causing some congestion. So I quickly move on to the second one, which